Yo, what's up? This is Jonathan Belcher. Hope you're doing good. Hope everybody's alright out there. I apologize if the camera is real fuzzy because I'm using the webcam on the computer, so it's not the best quality. But what I'm gonna be sharing with you in this video is gonna be some insane information. It might be insane to some of you. Some of you might have known this stuff already. Some of you will be shocked. Some of you will be in disbelief. But some of you are gonna be like, you know what? I peep what you're saying, John. I know what you're talking about. I understand. Lately, I've been doing videos talking about how manifestation and everything is connected, and also I've been talking about this concept of the Matrix. Of course, there's the movie The Matrix, which is not just a movie. The Matrix is basically breaking down to you exactly what's in the works to happen and what's been happening and going on in society. But a couple days ago, I did a video about the secret spells in the English language. Make sure to watch that video when you get the chance, because in that video I break down the etymology of words. And I believe they gave us these words on purpose. Not I believe, I pretty much know, right? But because they, meaning the powers that be, whoever, right? They know more about you than you know about yourself. They know more about us than we know about ourselves. You know? And I'm not going to go into detail about who they are in this video, who they might be. But just know that there's people in places and that control certain sectors of the world and society. And they purposely do it, and they have plans and agendas, just like you have plans and agendas for your personal life. But many people, most people just focus on earning a paycheck, Louis Vuitton bags, cars, clothes, all these materialistic things is what most people focused on. But life is about so much more. And I'm not saying those things are bad to want. I'm not saying those things are bad to desire. But in terms of really helping society become free from the shackles of technology and the shackles of mainstream media, the only way is for us to be tapped into knowledge. The only way is for us to be tapped into information and to be wanting to learn, wanting to seek, to understand where we are and where we headed, and most importantly, how we can change and repent to stop the potential doom and gloom that could be coming into our society. Right? So in order to do that, we got to be obsessed with wisdom. We got to start to like knowledge. We got to start to like to learn. Because while we there just so focused about our paycheck week to week, I mean, that's cool. But a lot of things are happening. A lot of things are in the works. A lot of things are progressing. A lot of things are advancing at an exponential rate. And one of those things is technology. I was talking to my boy the other day about how the last 25 years in itself is very, very different than how it is today. Like, if you look at the last 25 years, I remember a time when, like, every corner in my community or every other block in my area they had a payphone. Then we had beepers as well. But now we have cell phones, right? We have cell phones, and we've advanced to a point to where now we have apps on these cell phones, and we're so socially connected on these apps. We're so socially connected with this technology. But it's like, the more connected we get on this technology, it's like, the less socially we're connected. The less we're connected on a physical level. So my question is, where are we headed as a society, and what can we do to make sure that where we're headed is to a place we actually want, and not a place where we get deceived into entrapping and enslaving ourselves? That's the question. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to switch gears, and what we're going to do is we're going to look over this article that came out 2 days ago. This was just 2 days ago. All right. And like I said at the beginning of this video is going to be a little different than what I normally talk about, but because everything is connected, it would be extremely detrimental for me to be talking to you about manifestation, law of attraction, things having to do with you creating the world that you want, without taking into consideration the macro things that are happening in government, in society, in all different sectors of society, right? Like people just want to have this mindset where it's just like, I'm gonna just put on the blinders on what's going on in my life. But it's like, how are we gonna say that when we say that we do everything we do for our kids' future? How are we going to have a mindset where we're only worried about our right now and our life right now, not thinking about 10 years down the line, not thinking about 20 years down the line, not thinking about 30 years down the line? Because 20, 10 years, 30 years down the line, those times are going to affect your children and probably your children's children. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about, you can't just think about, yeah, the present moment is always the gift and the present moment is the most important. But there are things we can do now to prevent from being caught up that we don't want to, caught up in something that we don't want to get caught up in. And I'm about to share with you in an article, right? This is a credible source. I'm about to share with you in the article things having to do with the metaverse, right? The metaverse, the coming metaverse that billionaires have been working on. Because technology has been advancing at an exponential level. It has been advancing so fast. But these people think we stupid. These people really think we stupid. And I'm gonna be real with you, a lot of society is kind of dumb. A lot of society is kind of hypnotized into, people are usually hypnotized by their own individual world, but not zooming out of that and seeing, yo, what's going on in society? Where are we going? Where are things headed? If we continue down this path, where are we headed? So most of you probably know what the metaverse is already. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but essentially the metaverse is something that the billionaires in technology and the big heads in technology have been investing billions of dollars into, ultimately creating this ultimate universe, if you will. Even in the words metaverse, meta means being very self-aware, and then verse can be likened to the root word of the word universe, so meaning some type of dimension, right? So that's what these people have been working on. They've been working on figuring out how to create a new dimension and taking things to a new level from where we are on the social media aspect now. So it's cool. We could go on our phones, right? Our phones are still outside of ourselves, and we could go into Facebook apps and we can look at what people post, and we can engage and communicate. But this is a whole nother level. This is a whole nother level. This is a level where you're in a virtual world, which means that as far as your senses know, that world, that virtual world, while you're in it, is actually real to you. So it sounds like a full-on dimension being created within themselves. So if you know anything about dimensions, right now we're in the third dimension on the physical plane. But every planet, Earth has its certain dimension and certain laws that it's governed by. But then there's other planets that has its own dimensions. They're of its own dimensions and have its own laws that are governed by, that they're governed by. And this is why so far they've decided that we can only live on Earth, and they think that there might be some habitable, it might be habitable on Mars for us as well, right? They've been looking at that and researching that. But essentially, when you talk about different planets, you're talking about different dimensions. But imagine here, with the social media and the technology, imagine a world that's a virtual world that's gonna feel extremely real. But that's not even what I'm really here to talk to you about in this video. What I'm about to talk to you about and show you is gonna be crazy, right? Because they think they're so smart, and they think they could just defy certain spiritual laws, because yeah, there's gonna be some good that comes with it. Of course, there's gonna be some good about being able to stay home and have your virtual world be wherever you are. There's gonna be some good about being able to be whoever you want to be and create who you want to be. But we're not thinking about the detrimental sides of things as a society. We haven't been thinking about where this can lead us if we continue to buy into their agenda and their advancement, which I told you, it's been growing exponentially. Technology is like one of the few things that's actually been growing exponentially at an extremely alarming rate, right? So I'm gonna go to this article real quick, and let me go up to the top. Look at this. Live longer for 150 years in Metaverse, but only if you are willing to permanently leave your physical body and become a living app. What? What the hell? Hold on, let me bring this little recorder here in my face right here. Look at this right here. Living longer for 150 years in Metaverse, but only if you are willing to permanently leave your physical body and become a living app. Now, just off of that title, my first question is to you why the hell would you want to become a living app? Why would you want your Why? I mean, live longer. Okay, that could be very positive for a lot of people, being able to live longer. Let's continue reading. Humans have always been fascinated about being immortal. But they also told us in science that energy can't be destroyed, it can only be transferred, right? So aren't we immortal in some ways already? I mean, with the advancements in digital technologies, eternal life could become possible, but only in virtual reality, as people would need to leave their physical bodies behind and become living apps and live in the metaverse. Now, some of you might be saying, oh, that's mad cool, I like that. But that sounds dumb as hell. Why would you want your consciousness to be uploaded inside of some damn technology in some type of virtual reality? People would need to leave their physical bodies behind and become living apps and live in the metaverse. So let's continue reading. Russian billionaire Dmitry Iskov, who is part of the 2045 Initiative, a nonprofit organization that aims to extend humans' lifespan, told Daily Star that artificial bodies could become a reality by 2045, allowing people to move out of their old bodies and move into the internet. He sees this becoming possible through artificial intelligence and metaverse technologies. All right, now wait. Slow down for a second. How long they been planning this shit? Because if I just did the video the other day about secret spells in the English language, and our English language has been a part of us since damn near the beginning of the time, how long have these people been studying us to understand how our brains work to be able to consider to do some shit like this? Now I don't know about you, but this is some crazy shit. Now, of course, it sounds like a great thing. Being able to live forever sounds like a great thing, right? Extending humans' lifespan, it sounds like a great thing. But that's the catch to it. Come over here. Buy into this thing. Get the metaverse. Come into our virtual reality. It's not bad. It's okay. But we're not thinking about if they're talking about this, where is it going? What are their plans for us if we continue to say yes and we continue to subscribe to this technology? If we continue to subscribe to this idea of connecting our biology to technology, where the hell are we gonna go if we don't put a halt, or at least pump the brakes on this whole shit going on in society? You know, because there's levels. I mean, there's levels to stuff. So by 2045, which I'm gonna be real with you, that's not that far from now. We're in 2022. That's about 20 years from now, 23 years from now. Look how much the past 20 years, 25 years have changed. This is the next 23 years from now. If we don't wake up, if we don't wisen up as a society and start to peep game as far as what's going on, because we're so obsessed with things like Will Smith slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars. I mean, really and truly, that's so stupid. It's really petty information. And I'm not saying it's not amusing, it's not entertaining. But as a society, we got to become more obsessed with more serious things, deeper things that actually can build us up from the inside out, so that we understand ourselves, we understand our purpose, and most importantly, we can't be deceived by the enemy. Because they think we stupid. They think we stupid. So they're using an extended human lifespan to incentivize you're participating into this whole thing they got rolling out soon that they've been working on. Remember, they're investing billions into this. Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, all these kinds of guys, they've been investing billions to get it to a point where consciousness is basically paired with technology. Let me keep reading. Mind uploading. When people starts to live in the metaverse. Now, mind you, this is the Science Times, so this is a credible source. I'm reading to you exactly what they're saying right here. Man, I don't know what's going on with this. Okay. I don't know why this thing keeps... All right. It says the media mogul said that the 2045 initiative intends to let people make independent decisions on extending their lives and live in a new body after the biological body has been exhausted. So what that means is that after, in this new body is actually, what I'm wondering is this new body some digital shit? Like, cause how, if your old body is passed on, but your consciousness is still living on in some other shit, it gotta be the new body gotta be some digital shit, right? Which is crazy. But look at this, mind uploading. They telling you mind uploading. You know what this sound like? This shit sound like Black Mirror. What they be showing you on Black Mirror with that episode when the two guys were playing them video games and doing all type of weird, crazy stuff. Because the consciousness was, it's like their consciousness was uploaded to virtual reality. And it's crazy. Some people are so sleep, and I hate the word woke, right? But some people so sleep, they'll watch this video and be like, this is fake. This is a conspiracy theory. Meanwhile, they're telling you right here. They writing right here. They telling you what they doing. They tell you what they planning. They tell you they show you in the movies. They show you in the Matrix. They show you in Black Mirror exactly what they're planning. But people still taking a while to catch on. People are still taking a while to realize, yo, we better wake up and we better come together. And we better decide a plan that keep us from enslaving ourselves. Because believe it or not, as a society, what we've been doing by using these apps and stuff, and don't get me wrong, these apps help us in certain ways, right? They help us to communicate, help us make money, help us to reach people outside of our local areas. But you have to ask yourself, has it been preparing you for something? Has your mind been primed for something later on that you can't foresee right now? Has your mind been getting prepared for something far beyond your imagination? Because they saying right here what they working on. And these are billionaires. While we there worried about Louis bags, and we worried about Will Smith smacking Chris Rock, and we worried about, what kind of car this person driving and what kind of thing this person got. While we worried about all of those things, which is cool. They figuring out ways to get us to make decisions without us even realizing it. We're going to continue. As the Daily Mirror reported, this concept is called mind uploading, which will make digital copies of people's minds that could freely live in cyberspace unrestricted by their biology. Elon Musk, Neuralink, and other similar companies have been exploring metaverse technologies that could form the basis of future whole brain uploading. So essentially what they're trying to do is, let me see. Elon Musk, Neuralink, and other similar companies have been exploring metaverse technologies that could form the basis of future whole brain uploading. So what they're trying to essentially do is upload your consciousness into some technology shit. You could probably think of some good benefits of that or good effects from that. But you could probably also think of some bad effects. I could think of a lot of bad effects from that. From having your mind uploaded into some shit that's being controlled. Into some shit where you don't even have no control on whether or not you could be stupid if you want to. You could be stupid if you want to and watch these videos and be like, yeah, whatever. Because everybody thinks all of this stuff is so far away. It's so far away. But remember, in the quantum field, the past, the present, and the future are all one. There's no such thing as space and time in the quantum field. So somewhere this is actually already happening. To be real with you, I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like a lot of the things they're talking about in this article, as if they're working on it. I feel like they got a lot of it done. They just don't want to scare us. But really and truly, they telling us straight up, look, this is what it is. You make your own decision on what you want to do. But this is what we're doing. So imagine somebody telling you what their plan is, and you still just walking in line with that plan anyway, without ever saying, no. Let me do something else. Let me make a conscious effort to invest into my mind, invest into my spirit. Let me make a conscious effort to say, nah, I'm not going to partake into this virtual reality because I see the coming damage that's potential. Science Times previously reported that Musk is planning to commercialize a humanoid robot called Optimus by next year that can take its owner's personality traits and act like them. You can have a pet robot, y'all. And get the shit to act like you. Take on your personality. Aside from that, self-described futurist Tom Cheese Wright said that AI and metaverse technologies, what is AI? Artificial intelligence. And metaverse technologies could one day but of course artificial intelligence ain't really artificial because the artificial intelligence is created by human minds, right? The powers that be. So understand that. Whoever's been creating these technology pieces, they are very much so kind of doing a social experiment on us, in a sense, if you will, and seeing what we bite at and what we don't bite at, and how we respond to certain things, especially having to do with technology, because they know where they're trying to go. They know where they're trying to take things, but they got to do it in a gradual way where it's like we don't even peep game to what's going on. And I'm be real with you, because society is so lost, because society is so focused on things that really don't matter. If we're not careful, we could play right into their hands. If we're not careful. Self-described futurist Tom She's said that AI and metaverse technologies could one day let humans input their consciousness. You know that's the only reason why you know you exist is because of your consciousness. So they're saying that when your body die, they gonna upload your consciousness into some shit so you could live on through other mediums, technological mediums, some type of virtual medium. I don't know about you, but this shit sound crazy. Although that might take a while, Cheese Right said that it is ultimately possible. Now, when they say things like although that might take a while, I don't think it's gonna take a while at all. I think actually they have it figured out. They just say these things to make it seem like we don't know. Now, don't get me wrong. Understanding consciousness is something that they haven't fully understood yet. So I don't know for sure if they definitely got this plan solidified. But they damn sure working on it. They damn sure got an intention. They damn sure got a vision. So my question is, what is your intention and your vision in life? You know, like what are you trying to accomplish? Because I'm taking a nation of people with me. I'm taking an empire of people with me who's tired of their nonsense, who want wisdom and want knowledge, and people who want to feel great from the inside out and who want to vibrate at a higher frequency. Those are the kinds of people that I'm working with. Some of y'all just want to stay asleep. Some of y'all just want to stay asleep and just want to drift through your whole entire life. And you say you care about your future and you care about children's future and you care about the children of society. You say that. But yet and still, we ain't doing shit as a society to combat these crazy plans that are in the works. We're kind of just feeding into it without even realizing it. And that's the saddest part about it, is that it's like they do things that make you second guess your own intuition. Because you're like, I want to live forever. That is so good. You know, I want my family to live forever. This is going to be the most amazing thing. But is it going to be exactly how you envision it? Is it your plan or their plan? Is it your vision or their vision? Because as long as they keep us hypnotized by Louis bags and they keep us hypnotized by things that really, really don't matter, this is what happens. The process of mind uploading. So here's now, I guess they explaining it to you, breaking it down. They ain't even holding nothing back. They ain't even hiding shit from your ass. According to interest in engineering, mind uploading is the hypothetical process of separating the consciousness of the person. Don't call it hypothetical. Y'all been showing this for so long. Y'all been showing it on Black Mirror. Y'all been showing this process on Get Out. Y'all showed it. Remember that scene in Get Out when they was trying to take out the I think it was the black dude's brain, and they was trying to take his consciousness and put it into, or take the white man's consciousness, and they was trying to put it into the black man's brain, saying that the black man's biology and body is stronger, but with the white man's brain being paired with that consciousness is better. Y'all remember that? So y'all think people be thinking movies are so fake, right? People be like, movies so fake. Oh, they show that's a movie. It's a movie. It's not real. So my question is, where do they get these complex ideas to even show you? Drop a comment below if you feel what I'm talking about, and share some stuff that maybe you've been watching and that's in line with this information we looking at in this article, you know, or share something that you experienced that made you that made a light bulb go off in your head where you like, hold on, what's going on in society? Where are we going with this technology? I want you to share in the comments below. Please share something that you've been seeing or experienced where you know, I don't know, something might not be right. Where we're headed. We're so accustomed to social media and we love it now and we enjoy it now, but we're not seeing the changes. We're not seeing where we're going. Right? We're not seeing where we're going. So according to interesting engineering, mind uploading is the hypothetical process of separating the consciousness of the person from his body, converting it into a digital format, and transferring the digital consciousness into the machine. It could be through different steps such as mind copying, mind transfer, mind preservation, and whole brain emulation. Why does this seem like a whole attack on your mind? Because they know your mind is the most powerful thing in the universe. That's why. They know that your mind, you can create whatever you want, manifest whatever you want with the mind. Literally, technology won't work with your energy, without your energy as a human being. Like my iPhone, right? Like I got the iPhone right here, right? If you ever notice with an iPhone, if you try to press a button on the iPhone with an object, the iPhone won't work. If you try to press any apps on your screen, like grab an object, like grab a piece of paper, grab anything, right? And try to press the iPhone with it, any object, it won't work. Because your human magnetism is what is making this technology work. And they know that. So now when you put your finger on it, your magnetism, your body, the energy field from your body, because your mind is so strong and the body is so powerful, is what makes this thing work. So why is this article all about this mind copying, mind transfer, mind preservation, mind uploading? It sounds like an attack on the mind to me. The very first step in this process involves getting information from the brain, which has more than 125 trillion synapses, I'm right here, in the cerebral cortex alone. Some suggest that it would be necessary to dissect the brain first for the information to be completely replicated. So they on some shit like, yo, we don't care if we have all the information to be able to make this shit come true. We gonna kind of bulldoze our way to get this to become possible. That's what they saying, right? And they looking at us like, yo, y'all a bunch of lab rats. We just do these social experiments on y'all. Y'all gonna take it. We gonna see how y'all react, and based on that feedback, we gonna roll out all of this crazy stuff. Now I don't know about you, but they got the metaverse already. They got the icon already, and that the symbol of the metaverse is an infinity. Infinity means something that goes on forever. Alright? Infinity means something that, and I'm gonna do a video in the future about symbolism and stuff like that. Because I can't just talk to you about law of attraction all day, man. I can't just talk to you about only, these great dreams or whatever. Yeah, all of those things are in the works, and you should be speaking, thinking, and acting your world into existence, of course. But look, they got a whole nother plan in place where if their plan happen, you could forget your dreams, you could forget your vision, you could forget your children's dreams and your children's visions, because this is going to change this whole life experience as we know it. If they're successful in doing this, it's going to change the whole life experience as we know it. All the laws and stuff that we live by now go right out the window if you are in a part of a whole another dimension where basically you consciously can't die. You consciously entrapped in some shit. Do you want to be consciously entrapped in some shit? They've been showing you on Black Mirror. They've been showing you this stuff. They've been showing you on The Matrix. But mind uploading advocates a non-invasive brain procedure that can provide sufficient solutions for copying the information in the brain without killing the person. These people think we so stupid. 300 to freedom, baby. Use your medulla. That's why I say that. Use your medulla. Because the mind is powerful. Don't waste the mind. The mind is so powerful. These people trying to play with your mind, yo. They've been playing with your mind. That's why I brought up that video about the secret spells of the English language. Because even that is a form of keeping you on a low vibrational frequency. Not helping you tap into the highest state of consciousness. That's what it's all about. Keeping you at a low state of consciousness. It's all about that. Because they know when you at a high state of consciousness, you could create whatever you want to create. We can actually change this shit if we repent. But so many people so sleep, they so worried about the wrong things, they're gonna get hypnotized into the wrong things. It's like people like a trance, they're gonna become like zombies more and more. But then there's gonna be an elite group of people, an empire of people, many of which will be a part of the 300 to freedom movement, who ain't gonna go for that bullshit. There's a lot of people who gonna be a part of my team who ain't gonna go for that. They're gonna be wiser, they're gonna be smarter than all this stuff going on, and they're gonna know how to combat it. And most importantly, the people I'm working with, they're gonna be able to make their own income. They're going to be able to make their own income, so they don't got to subscribe to they don't have to go do something that they're forced to do for some money. You know what I'm saying? So that's what my vision is. My vision is to help wake up the people, but at the same time, I can't just wake you up just to wake you up. I got to teach you how to earn your own passive income. I got to work with other people who are willing to share their secrets on how to earn passive income so you could be self-sufficient, so that all of this stuff you could combat, and you won't just be a drifter falling in line in whatever the hell they want you to do, and get to a point where your consciousness is trapped in some shit and you enslaved for the rest of eternity. Yeah, I think it's a game. All right, you know, because I read the Bible a lot, and I also listen to the Bible from time to time through audios, through the recorded audios on YouTube. And I'm not the most religious guy, but there are a lot of things in the Bible that I feel is prophetic and just be giving us game. And a lot of things in the Bible are telling us what's to come, as well as what's happening. And if we really look at it and interpret it, you'll realize that the Bible is basically just, it's putting you on. And like, I'm gonna go to this. It's funny that we're talking about this article right now, right? Because before I even stumbled on this article, my cousin Macca, also known as Many-Faced God, also known as Zad Ocean. He got so many aliases. I don't even know what to call him, but he called me and he told me, he's like, yo, bro, look at Revelations 9 verse 6, right? Revelations 9 verse 6 in the Bible. He was like, yo, check it out, bro. It's everything that we've been talking about lately, you know, going on in society and stuff like that. It's crazy. So I'm gonna share this with you as well, because I thought this was profound. You know, it's crazy how the synchronicities be happening when you are part of other people who think like you. You're part of groups with other people who think like you. But Revelations 9 verse 6, look at what we've been talking about in this article. They've been telling you what they're doing, right? They've been telling you what they on. Now we're going to go to Revelations in the Bible, 9 verse 6. And I'm going to read out what that say. Revelation 9 verse 6. Okay, right here. Okay, let's see what it says. Thanks for sharing. Men seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. Don't that sound like what these niggas is on? Don't that sound like what these people is on? Don't it sound like what these cats is working on? I don't know about you, but I mean, if there's any other interpretation you got of that Bible scripture, please let me know. But that's I see a lot of synchronicities and parallels between what they talking about in the future and what the Bible been telling us. And in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from. The only way that can happen, I'm thinking about, right, is through some shit that is entrapping your consciousness. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way that can happen. I'm trying. Where the fuck did I put my water at? Oh. That's the only way that can happen. You want to be in some shit where you want to just rest and tired. You tired. You don't feel like working no more. And somebody just got a control button on your damn reality and just press a button and just make you keep working, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. You want to be in some shit like that? That's crazy. There's a lot of people. The crazy part about this, there's a lot of people that think that this is going to be so cool. It is going to have some cool aspects. I'm not even going to lie. It is going to have some cool aspects. But a lot of that coolness is to incentivize something else that may be within an unknown territory. How do we know we're not subscribing to something that's going to be very detrimental to not only just society, but even those who ain't even born yet? Because the kids now who's born into social media, yo, they be operating these phones and stuff like they be 2 years old and they know how to work all of this stuff, right? Because they're born into it. But back in the 80s and 90s, when people weren't born to this wasn't even fathomable. These apps and being able to FaceTime talk, all of this technology stuff wasn't fathomable back in the 90s, 80s, and 70s. I mean, probably in the 90s, right? But my point is that as the generations move on, and when you're born into something, in your mind, you think that's the reality of it, because you ain't see the past and what it was like. You ain't see a time when there wasn't cell phones. So for you being born in the cell phone era, you feel like, yo, there's no way to survive without a cell phone. Imagine you being born into some virtual reality shit, into some other dimensional world shit, where you think it's normal to upload your brain to some shit. And you think it's fine to do that because you're not realizing that your consciousness is literally like your peace of mind. Did you imagine somebody being able to torment your ass from a conscious level, even though your body passed on? That's crazy. The second step involves the reconstruction of the artificial brain. A rough estimate published in Scientific American shows that the memory storage capacity of the brain can reach up to 2.5 petabytes. Therefore, the artificial brain should be able to process this large memory. As of now, the largest artificial neural network, called GPT-3, has only 1 out of 300 times the capacity of the actual brain. So remember, your brain is super, super, super powerful. A mindset is what creates money. You can create money out of thin air from your brain. You can create the lifestyle you want from your brain. That's how powerful your brain is. And they know that. So that's why they're trying to take control of your mind. Because they know that's the ultimate thing. Once they got control of that, shit, your ass a slave forever. The last step, I mean, even look at society now. In a lot of ways, society is enslaved in a lot of ways, you know. A lot of people wake up at the same time in the morning. They go out to commute to a job. They go in traffic, and things kind of have this flow within time where everybody's kind of like doing the same thing at the same time, and it's kind of what keeps society running. And we've gotten fooled to think that this is the norm, this is the only way it should be, and this is the way it has to be. Why does it have to be this way? Why do you have to slave and do something you hate to live your life? I mean, you got a mind. You got some shit that's powerful. You got some shit that you don't even, they know more than you the power of your mind. That's the crazy part. They have so much data and so much experiments on the way you react to certain situations when you're in fear, and when things go wrong, and when we're in a state of terror and war. They know exactly how those things can affect the human mind. But they don't always know how we're going to react. They don't always know if we're going to buy into it. They don't always know if we're going to be able to peep game ahead of time and be like, nah, something ain't right. We deciding to do something different. We're going to get the knowledge. We're going to get the information so we can know what's good for us and what's not for us. Once we start doing that as a society, then finally we've gone into the place of higher consciousness. Because we're not just taking shit. And we questioning shit. You know? We questioning it. The last step is matching the consciousness to a substrate like a metaverse, or into a network of artificial brains connected. So would it be safe for me to say that this shit that they planning to have is going to be a world in itself? Is it safe to say that it's going to be a universe in itself? But how can this world where a network of artificial brains are connected, that's going to change everything in society as we know it? You know what I'm saying? That's going to change everything in society as we know it. It's going to change everything. Just think about it. Another option is Musk Optimus humanoid robot, wherein the physical robot would act as the new physical body of a person. Wherein the physical robot would act as the new physical body of a person. So we just want your consciousness. We want your mind. We don't give a fuck about your ass. We want your mind because we got these technological advances that's gonna help us. There ain't nothing bad that you should worry about. There's nothing socially you should worry about. Just do what we say because we're gonna help you to live forever. You're gonna be immortal for real now. They think they so damn slick. Got something in your mind long enough, a vision in your mind long enough that you want to accomplish, my friends, we can accomplish it. You can accomplish it. Just because your mind is so powerful, when you got that vision in your mind long enough, you're going to figure out the how. This is, you see, I always be saying the how don't matter. They know this shit. These elitists, they know that. They just know that what their vision is. They like, yo, the how don't matter. We're going to figure out all this other stuff. I really think, if you had to ask my opinion, what I think of it, let me know what you think in the comments. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Make sure to subscribe to this video if you haven't been subscribed, so you can continue to watch more videos that I drop like this. Alright? And also make sure to hit the bell button so you can be notified whenever I release content like this. What I think is, see, they said whether it will be a success or not, only time will tell. I think they already figured it out, to be honest with you. They may not have figured out like consciousness to 100%. They probably haven't figured out consciousness 100%, but they figured out some ways in which how to get the biology, the human biology to work with technology on small scales. They've already figured out how to do that, right? On small scales. You could do virtual reality right now if you wanted, playing video games and stuff like that. So on a very small scale, they've already been able to figure out how to get your biology to kind of intermingle with technology. Even with social media, it's that on a small scale. It's not exactly your brain uploaded into some shit though. Y'all not realizing that's very different. I could throw this phone. I could throw away this phone, and they could track it, but it's not gonna be where I'm at. I could leave this damn phone in some lake, right? I could just throw this phone and say I don't want to be near this phone. But you gotta understand, if your consciousness is uploaded into something, that means that you can't hide. I mean, you already can't hide or can't run now, to be real with you, in a lot of ways. But at least your biology ain't fucking hooked up to some app, to some technology. All right, so that's the article, and I had to show that to y'all because some of y'all be, you checking out my videos and you like trying to figure out the type of time I'm on, and what I want you to know is that it's bigger than just making money. Way bigger. If you only focus on making money, then you just as asleep as everybody else, really. I mean, if you ain't trying to bring about change to your community, if you ain't trying to help the children in your community, if you ain't trying to put people on a game, if you ain't trying to, just really be a true beacon of value for society, then unfortunately what happens is people end up just drifting into something that they don't want, right? In a lot of ways, they got us to do what they got us to gradually agree to being on social media. Remember, there was a time when nobody had no social media. There was a time when everybody was fine just seeing each other in person, and there was no such thing as liking, and there was no such thing as comparing lifestyles, and there was not so much of people feeling hurt from cyberbullying and stuff. All that stuff wasn't imaginable at that time. So my question is, where are we headed over the next 25 years as a society and as a people? Because I've been talking about how they've been using words to keep us at a low vibrational frequency, how they've been using the news to keep us at a low vibrational frequency, how they distract us with petty things that we're so consumed by. Will Smith and Chris Rock. I mean, come on. I mean, we got bigger fish to fry. And I keep telling y'all that knowledge and wisdom is the most important thing. If you don't know better, it's impossible to do better. When you're talking about getting to a state of consciousness where you feel happy and you're free, and you at a state of joy and vibrating at a high frequency, it's hard for the enemy to trick you out of your position. It's hard for the enemy to entrap you and enslave your consciousness in some shit. But when you just drifting through life and you focused on the same nonsense that everybody else focused on, well, you just become a lab rat, a part of the experiment, and whatever happens. And next thing you know, you end up in a world where you realize, damn, I had no fucking say on this situation that we're experiencing. I had no fucking say. I had no say on whether or not this was best for society, So this is just something to think about. I want you to drop a comment below, right? And let me know your thoughts on this stuff, because this stuff could go deep. The rabbit hole goes so deep. And I'm not gonna, every video I do is not gonna be this kind of thing. Like, in between we are gonna talk about other things. I am gonna talk about other things, but I feel I would be doing you a disservice to not talk about this stuff, and I know of it and I'm aware of it, So for me not to put you on to what these people have been planning and what they got up their sleeve, like my cousin was telling me the other day, he was saying he thinks COVID was just a whole social experiment, nothing more, nothing less, and I have to agree with that. When I look back at it, it's a social experiment to prepare for what? For these times, Drop a comment below. Let me know how y'all feel and all this stuff. And I don't share this information to scare you. I share this information to put you on game so that now you can decide to do things that are more in line with you elevating your consciousness, or you can decide to continue to doing what you probably been doing, which is just feeding into things that lower your vibrational consciousness. Because they know that the money, cash money, they know that it don't have no value no more. They know that. That's why they just printing it like this, right? And that's why they just gave it away. They know that the money don't have no value no more. And that's why I think they came out with the digital currency like crypto, because really and truly they preparing for this other world shit going on. Like, how you gonna be able to use cash money in that world? You can't. It's all digital. And they know that the paper money don't have no damn value at all. They know that shit. The only value money really have is our illusionary value that we give it. But it's us that give it its value. Just like it's us that give the technology its value. You know what I'm saying? But the money don't got no damn value. It ain't backed by no gold no more. It ain't backed by none of that. It's like illusionary. It's a piece of paper. Literally like a piece of paper. I mean, you could go to the store and go get something, go buy something, go buy a house. You could do all those things, right? But really, it ain't backed by nothing. Which means they could just completely eradicate it if they want to at any time. At any time. If we're not careful. Then they could just say we're just doing only this digital thing. Because why we need cash money if we're trying to really make this world the new norm for people? So my question is, once again, I'm going to ask you is, where are we headed as a society? I'm doing my part to help. Whoever want to run with me and rock with me, I appreciate those of you who support me and continue to support me as I continue to share this information with people. 300 to freedom, baby. Use your medulla. I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Peace.